NVIDIA's earnings are tomorrow. So what we're gonna see in NVIDIA probably on the stocks earning tomorrow will be crazy. But I have two scenarios here, very clear. But number one scenario is most like highly possible for this stock. The first thing is, of course, the stock might hit to $4 trillion in market cap. This is the highly possible thing for NVIDIA, but not right tomorrow. It might take probably a week or two. The stock might touch to $4 trillion. So NVIDIA will become the first company in the stock market and even in the history of stock market to hit or to touch or to achieve that mark of $4 trillion. Well, is it too much for NVIDIA or too less for NVIDIA, or is it okay for NVIDIA? From my point of view, what I think that it is okay for NVIDIA, because the market cap, what NVIDIA is holding right now, that is suitable for NVIDIA. But if I take this market cap and put it to, let's say, Meta or to Amazon, then kind of seems a little bit unfair, because the service or the product, whatever they provide to the people, doesn't really justify to have $4 trillion of market cap for Meta or for Amazon. Now, the question is, should you buy NVIDIA before earnings, or you gotta wait and buy after earnings, right? We're gonna discuss this in this video, so watch the video entirely so you don't miss out anything. But before that, subscribe the channel. It's absolutely free, and if you want specific videos only for you, you can join the membership for the YouTube. And if you want to trade with us for day trade, swing trade, and long term, and also earnings, if you want to trade with us, the link is down in the description. You can come and join the group in the Patreon, and you can trade with us live, and you can make money. You can just grow your account. So let's just get back to NVIDIA. Should you buy NVIDIA? If I was you, honestly, I wouldn't buy NVIDIA now, because price matters a lot for me when it comes to NVIDIA, when it comes to these kind of stocks. Okay, but if you would have bought the stock probably around like $100 or $110, then I would have said to you, don't sell the stock, right? Yes, that would have been very right approach. Don't sell the stock. But if you bought at $100, $110, and if you sold probably around like $140 or $135, then I would honestly suggest you to wait. Don't just jump in. Don't be greedy, because NVIDIA is a stock that anytime you buy after some point of time, it will give you that confirmed return. So you don't have to worry about so much. But only thing is, if you get in the stock with a cheaper price, that would have been much better for you. That's the plan. Of course, every investor or retail investors or even hedge fund institutions, even they think this, but we never know because of the earnings. There are two things in the earnings that you got to watch very carefully. The number one thing is, of course, the earnings itself, how they're going to really, what numbers they're going to really put out in the market, right? So that's the transparent thing. Number two in the earnings that you got to watch is guidance. If the earnings are good, like estimation or provider earnings are really good compared to estimation, so that should be absolutely okay. But sometimes happens if the guidance comes a little bit shaky or kind of a little bit really not clean, the stock will flush down super hard. So that's the reason I'm telling you not to jump in. If you don't own a stock right now for NVIDIA, don't own a stock immediately, but wait for the earnings, because you'll have plenty of time after market closes. But again, you gotta be real quick, real fast how to get in the stock. That's why I'm telling you, you can join. The link is down in the description. You can come and trade with us, even earnings, and you can capitalize. Believe me, don't think of $20. Of course, that money goes to the donation, and you donate, and also you make money on your account. So once again, guys, now, a lot of guys, they buy NVIDIA on the earnings day and they lose a lot of money. But a lot of people also, they short the stock. And people who ever short NVIDIA, I don't think so that will be a very good idea for them, because NVIDIA, Meta, or Amazon, Apple, these kind of stocks, you never want to short the stocks, and especially Tesla, right? So these are the stocks, some top stocks you never want to short, because all the time, these companies, they come out with an amazing number, with amazing numbers they come out. But sometimes the guidance really come out really shaky, so the stock tends to flush down. But sometimes the guidance also comes out very good, but the stock market positions in a way or another that stock markets just tends to go red even on good earnings. But also depends what is the scenario with some political reason or geopolitical reason that can be the case. But we're talking about earnings here. My main thing is I wouldn't buy NVIDIA on the day of earnings because I don't want to take a risk, because the market might flush down, because market already got priced in so much as Trump got elected, right? So that's the main reason. And now probably the market might go run up or have a massive bull run in December. That is for sure. That is for sure. But now, before having a bull run, you got to think that market has to drop down in order to have a massive bull run. So NVIDIA earnings might come good, even their guidance might come really good, but the stock will flush down like last time. So you don't want to be, oh gosh, why did I enter here, right? So have a little patience. Of course, you might lose probably a few dollars on the share price. That doesn't matter. That's okay. Make a little bit less profit, but believe me, be safe in the stock market. Never attempt to gamble in the stock market. The moment you try to really do that, you will lose a lot of money, because a lot of traders, they'll lose a lot of money just because of one thing, because they get in, but they don't know when to get out. That's the biggest problem in the traders out there. So that's the reason 95% of the retail traders, they really lose a lot of money, because they know how to get in, but they don't know how to get out. I mean, of course, they know how to get out just by pressing the sell button. But I'm not telling about how to get out. They don't know when to get out of the stock. That's the biggest problem right here. So when it comes to earnings, it comes on both sides. When to get in and when to get out. This is the problem with earnings. So I suggest, honestly, not to get in if you don't own a stock right now at a cheaper price, not to get in the stock. But talking about the valuation of this company will reach $4 trillion of market cap. If the guidance really comes out good and the earnings comes out very good, $4 trillion is on the mark. And this will be the first company to achieve that $4 trillion market cap. And when it'll achieve, this stock will have an eye for the next $1 trillion, plus $1 trillion. So that will count probably to $5 trillion. So this company is just exploding. The way they are manufacturing chips, the way they are just providing to their customers, all the big giant customers probably they have, and that's the biggest take for this NVIDIA, and they are literally ruling AI market. So counting in all their performances, one thing is for sure, this company will never ever disappoint you. If you're owning a stock for the long term, it will never disappoint you. But if you're owning for the short term, be very careful where you're buying and where you are selling. Short term, of course, means even if you're holding for 6 months, of course, this company will never disappoint you. If you're buying now and holding for 6 months, believe me, I would go probably all in. But again, it's not a financial advice. It's only for educational purpose. Only if I was you, then of course I would have done. But again, I will not go with full margin or leverage, whatever the broker is honestly providing. I'll not use entirely of that amount into one stock, because I don't know the market conditions probably after 2 months. I don't know, because something might really happen. Some war might really break out, or something might really nasty happen. So the stocks really, they'll flush down super, super hard. So because you have to keep one thing in mind. How is geopolitical things are going, right? You have to think of that. If something is honestly going really bad, the stocks really have very nasty days. So this you got to keep in mind, especially in 2024. And coming into 2025, of course, NVIDIA will start to explode more and more because of January, Trump's, when he will take the office, right? That will be another very big catalyst for the stock market, and stock market will pump super hard. So probably NVIDIA might touch to $4 trillion on January 20th or January 25th or whatever. or probably before December, before the Christmas, the stock might really move up on a very solid side. But again, guys, believe me, you never want to short this stock. Never. Do not short the stock. If you short the stock, believe me, you'll get smoked. Like how the hedge funds, they got smoked on Tesla. You never want to get smoked on this kind of stocks. You never want that. On this channel, we do no bullshit. We say no bullshit. We are only sharing the knowledge with you, when to buy, when to sell, and how to really approach these kind of stocks. This is how you approach the stock, and do not gamble. The moment you start gambling, believe me, guys, you will hate your life. Trust me, because you will get smoked. You will get smoked, and you don't want that. So be careful when you are buying the stock. But again, if you're buying purely on a cash, that is okay. That should be all okay, because you can buy on a cash and keep it at least for 2 or 3 months. If you're relaxed with the money, you can just lay back down and just let the money to work. So it'll give you a solid return. But if you're trying to buy on heavy leverage and all, keep an eye on your position, because we never know the market conditions, because you might just get stopped out in your positions in your brokerage account, and of course you will lose a lot of money, and of course you will not like the results. But if you're holding purely on a cash, that should be okay. You never have to worry about, because in probably 6 months time, a stock might come back up and you might have massive returns from this one single stock, NVIDIA. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think NVIDIA will do, and where do you think NVIDIA will head tomorrow after the earnings are released? What I think, honestly, if the guidance are good, NVIDIA will explode to $170. But again, that will be kind of really hard for one night. But that is highly possible, very, very highly possible, $170. And after that, if it reaches $170, 200 is the next stop. 200 is the next stop. Mark my words, 200 is the next stop. $170 on a good earnings, NVIDIA will reach their 100%. But again, this stock will not move like Tesla. You got to keep this in mind because of the market cap. The more massive the market cap is, the stock will move more slow. This you got to keep in mind. The more smaller the market cap is, the stock tends to move much faster, more higher and higher, because hedge funds will not really bet on this stock if the market cap is sitting on a very massive basis. So this you got to keep in mind. Even the share float is lower, but the market cap is really massive, the stock might move on a very slow basis. So this is all for NVIDIA. Thank you so much for watching. Probably see you in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe. It's absolutely free, and see you in the next video.